Maha Mantra. Today we have opened the heart. And as the heart opened, we felt the beginning of light and life and love in Om. The seed mantra, the original sound, the beginning, the end. So, I think it's not too much of a surprise what kind of a yoga class we will be welcoming today. Gently open up your eyes. Wonderful. Welcome to another series of the Yoga Chronicles. And today, welcomed by the Maha Mantra, we're going to step into our journey into backbends. So, as we all know, the backbends is a part of the yoga asanas, or in the family of the yoga asanas, which are highly connected to our heart opening. So not only on a physical level, but also on an emotional and spiritual level. And now that we've actually brought on this energy into this space, try to feel the Maha Mantra, welcome this class in front of you. So now getting into a little bit of an introduction for our class. So backbending is a very energizing topic in the asanas. The backbending goes through the central channel, the Shushumna, and fires up all the nadis of the body, the energetic channels. It also activates the physical spinal column, the neural pathways in the entire body, because this spine where we are backbending is the home of our central nervous system. So the brain is sending messages through this to the entire body and then receiving them back. This makes this a very spine forward asana practice, an energizing asana practice, a heart opening also in the sense that we really learn to open up the thoracic spine, what is priority when we're backbending. A lot of people make the mistake by not knowing this knowledge, and then they end up hurting their lumbar spine, the lower spine. This area of the body is the most weight bearing. It's carrying the whole upper body, and it's flexible. So it is possible to go into a backbend using this as the central area of movement. However, this will only cause us long-term injuries. So today we're going to learn how to safely practice backbends. We're going to dive into some of the more basic poses first, as to really make the spine elastic, strong, and prepare us maybe in the future for more energizing, difficult backbends like our chakrasana, the wheel pose, or when we have our kaput asana, when we go all the way back and then we try to grab our heels with our hands. So, with all this in mind and the heart open, let us bring our hands to our heart center. And we're going to bring ourselves in Anjali Mudra and take 3 deep breaths, 3 deep full yogi breaths to welcome the asanas. Inhale through your nose, filling up your belly, your lungs and chest. And as you exhale, release all tension, all stress from your heart center. Inhaling, filling up your belly. This time deeper into your diaphragm, into your chest. And exhaling, removing all tension from your mind and feelings. And then one more time, inhaling deeply. And as you exhale, we're gonna bow down to each other in Namaste. Wonderful. And vertebrae for vertebrae, lift your body up. Open up your eyes. Lift up your arms all the way up to the sky. And then release your arms onto the sides. Wonderful. So we're ready to begin our asanas. And to begin our asanas, we're going to come into our cat-cow position. So we're going to come into tabletop. And we're going to simply begin by warming up the spine gently. So see that your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. Your toes are tucked in. And we're going to begin by simply rotating our hips backwards and forwards. Try to exaggerate these movements as much as possible. When you're coming forward, you can go into a slight bend and come deep here as if you would come down into a low plank. And then when you exhale, you can really come slightly into your child's pose. So rotating sensually. Wonderful. And then we're going to switch the rotation to the other side. When we come forward, we're going to let our hips sink forward. 2. Make sure to keep your navel engaged as you make this movement. Perfect. And then come back into stillness. See that you have the right position in tabletop. Then relax your toes. And as you inhale, drop down your belly and lift up your neck. Into the cow position. And as you exhale, round your back. Bring your chin to your chest. In the cat position. Let's go for 3 more rounds. Inhaling into cow. And exhaling into cat. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Wonderful. And then we're going to try to twist our spine a little bit. As you inhale, try to drop your hips to the right side as best as you can. And when you're exhaling, come back to the center. Inhale, drop your body now down to the other side. And then come back to the center. We're going to shift around our palms first to the outside to start stimulating our hands and our joints in our hands. And then keep on shifting your hands. So we're going to bring our fingers also towards the back. Here we can move forward and backward to really stimulate the joint in our hands. Elbows, wrists. And then you can come back to the center. Your fingers are pointed forwards. Wonderful. And then we're going to lift up both of our toes off the ground, our feet off the ground, and we're going to start circulating our toes first towards the outside. Nice big circles. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to circulate them inwards. 1, 2, and 3. Wonderful. Relax your toes. Step back with your knees and allow your body to drop down for our first back bending asana today. So, our first pose is going to be Ardha Shalabhasana. For that, you have to lie down, your belly facing down. Try to keep like a hip-wide distance between your legs. And then lift up one side of the body and allow your hand to go down. And do the same. And bring your hands underneath your groin and your hips. You can have your pointers touching just a little bit. You can look on the side, or you can have your chin pressed against the ground. See that you find a comfortable place to start the asana. We're going to go for Ardha Shalabhasana to slowly start waking up our spine, our legs, stretching out the tendons.
So from here, when you inhale, please lift up your right leg as high as you can without opening your hips. And as you exhale, come back down with your right leg. Inhale and lifting up your left leg, and exhale, bringing your left leg down. Perfect. One more time. Inhale, right leg. And exhale, right leg down. Inhale, left leg. And exhale, both legs back down. Now we're going to try to hold this a little bit. Inhale, lifting up your right leg, and hold. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3. Every time you exhale, you can go a little bit deeper. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Coming back down. And then we're going to go for the other side. Inhaling, lifting up your left leg. When you lift up your left leg, you're also free to look to the left side. Keep your toes pointed, legs activated. 5, 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Releasing your left leg. Perfect. And now we're going to release our hands. Bring our hands to the front. Make a cushion with our hands and then gently look to the right, left, or center. Center would probably be the best right now. And allow yourself to have a quick pause and relaxation. Taking a deep breath in. And deep breath out. So now that we've done our Ardha Shalabhasana, we're going to go into our next pose, our Supta Navasana, while lying flat on the belly. This is going to help us to now activate also the upper part of our body, which we will need to do the next pose, which will be a full Shalabhasana, Purna Shalabhasana, which is like one of the best poses to start your back bending journey with. So, now we want to stretch out our arms forwards, hands facing down. Hopefully you can see my body quite clearly. And we're going to alternate opposite hand and leg. We're going to lift them up. So you can have your forehead slightly reaching towards the ground or reaching towards the ground, or your chin on the ground. See what's comfortable for you. And then we're going to start. You can also have yourself a bit uplifted with your head. As you inhale, lift up your left arm and right leg. And as you exhale, bring it down. Wonderful. Inhale, lift up your left arm, your right arm and left leg, and exhale, bringing it back down. Again, inhale, right leg, left arm, and exhale, release. Inhale, left leg, right arm, exhaling and releasing. Now we're going to come into the full pose. As we inhale, we're going to lift up our arms and legs, creating a boat shape and a well in the center, bringing all circulation here in the middle. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, point your toes, activate your whole body. 2, and 1. Wonderful. Release your body. Make again a cushion with your arms. Forehead to the center. Relax your legs. And take 2 deep breaths just for yourself. And then when you're ready, we're going to move on to our next pose. Now we're ready for the third one, our Purna Shalabhasana. And now we're going to bring our arms at the back. Perhaps we just rest our head for a moment as I explain a little bit further. The Purna Shalabhasana is supposed to be a stand on the stomach, so actually all parts of our body are uplifted simultaneously. And we try with this pose to really wake up the spine as best as possible, to really strengthen the spine in this active stretch, to make the spine also elastic, that there's enough space in between each vertebrae and that there's a healthy structure of the spine. We also smoothen out the nerves of the legs, like the sciatic nerves and others. So when you're feeling ready, bring your head to the center, your arms to your side, your leg in hip-wide distance. When you inhale, you can start by lifting up your legs, then your arms, and then lift up your head and chest. If you feel like your chest does not want to lift up today, that's completely fine. Come only as far as you can. Lift your body up, point your toes, activate your body, open up the heart, press the shoulder blades towards each other, shoulders back. Finding a drishti, looking forward, keep breathing. Try to lift your thighs off the ground as good as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your body. Perfect. Make a cushion with your hands. Forehead to the center. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, point your toes, push with your hands, pressurize your knees, and allow yourself to come into 4 feet tabletop. And then relax your toes, step back with your hands, and for a moment, go into child's pose to take another deep breath, this time actively and consciously breathing into your spine. And exhaling, spreading light and love through your entire spine, through all the energetic channels and nerves. And then when you're ready, come back into your tabletop position. Walk forward with your hands and knees if necessary to come onto your mat, and then allow your body to drop down again. We're going to go into our next pose, which is Bhujangasana, Cobra. Keep a hip-wide distance between your legs, or close them if you want to. And then we are going to place our hands underneath the shoulders if we are beginners. We are going to place it further down towards our ribs if we are already comfortable, or we can go even lower. So see what's feeling good to you. You have the chance of shoulders, chest, or ribs. Wonderful. So as you bring yourself in this position, the elbows are not relaxed here. The elbows are really pressing in. This is helping you to open up the shoulders and the chest. And we are not pushing with our hands, because if we push with our hands, it's possible to go in this hyperextension, which we do not want in our Cobra. The elbows are tight, pressing in. See where your hands feel comfortable. The more you press your shoulder blades together, the more you open your shoulders, and you can lift up your chest. So, place your hands underneath the position of your choice, shoulders next to the chest or ribs. As you inhale, lift up your head, and then without pushing on your hands, lift up your body by moving your shoulders back, by moving in the elbows together. Wonderful. And keep breathing. 5, 4, press your big toes down. There's an internal rotation with your legs. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Inhale, vertebrae for vertebrae. Let your body down. Relax your legs. Exhale, make a cushion. Fold forward with your head, down into your cushion. And just relax your body here. You can even bring your chin to your chest as you fold into this cushion of yours. Just stretching out the back of your neck after compressing it in Cobra. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back with our hands underneath our shoulders, tuck your toes, pressurize the knees, push the hands, and we're going to come back into our child's pose. So relax your toes, walk back with your hands, and this time bring your arms on your side, melting your shoulders next to your knees, and just allowing your body to melt and dive into the relaxation here. And then gently bring your chin to your chest and vertebrae for vertebrae. Lift your body up. We are now ready for our last two poses. So now we can see a transition from the easier back bending poses that are important to strengthen the spine. For example, the cobra, which we can see when we don't use our hands, how much strength we need to create in that thoracic spine. And the more we push our shoulders back, the more we integrate the elbows into the pose, the more opening can happen here. So the next pose we have is Dhanurasana, the bow pulling pose. We're going to create that shape with our body and really hit the target of being open and being relaxed, having a heart that's ready to unconditionally love yourself and love the world. Removing the past from that heart and focusing on the present moment. Wonderful. So see that you have a strap or a belt, and we're gonna lie back down onto the ground. We're gonna bend our legs. At the beginning, when we begin this pose, because it's such a deep back bend, it is nicer to keep the legs actually wider than the hips. This will help you come deeper and also to help you reach your legs. Now you have the option to see if you can reach your legs on your own. But if you cannot reach your legs on your own, then please roll out your strap and have it against your legs so you can really hold it from each side. You can have this against your shin, and then we're gonna begin to just pull the back. See that if you can just bring your lower back in. Wonderful. And at the same time, try to see if you can lift up your chest. And because it's a bow pulling pose, this is only the first breakdown of the pose. So if you feel like you're slowly reaching closer with your legs, this is already a great practice. All right. And then for the next step, we're gonna come out and we're gonna try to just go for a half version of this pose. So see if you can tie your strap onto your legs and come back into position. So the first breakdown was only to allow your body to bring the lower legs closer and closer. Now we're gonna go for a half of this pose of Dhanurasana to see how it feels to pull the bow. So one of our side is relaxed, that's the right side now, or the left side, according to your choice. And then when we have ourselves strapped up, we're gonna hold the strap from the back, and we're just gonna try to pull ourselves into position. Wonderful. And if you don't need this help, then you're gonna just allow yourself to pull up your chest, your leg. We're gonna try to feel that the head is reaching towards the center along with the feet. And you just relax with the other side. And once you're done with one side, we can have a moment to tie that onto the other leg, or simply grab the other leg. Have our other arm relaxed in the front or to the side. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull up your right leg. Lift up the thighs off the ground. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And if you were interested in the full pose, then grab onto your ankles from the inside or outside. Release your chin on the ground. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull up your thighs, open up your chest, lift up your legs, concentrate on your drishti. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Relax your upper body first. Try to use your strap or your hands to push in the hands as deep as you can. Perfect. And then let go and relax your hands. Relax your legs. Make a cushion with your arms and hands and take a number of deep breaths just for yourself. And then when you're feeling ready, it's about time for our last pose. So we have prepared the body. This is going to be the most clearest looking back bend of the whole series we did today. So gently lift yourself up by bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, pressurize the knees, push your hands, and come back into a seated position. If you are tied up with your straps, then allow yourself to be released right now. And now is a good time to either go against the wall or to have a block. See what is important or what feels useful to you. I'll show you all different ways. So we're going to be going for our last pose called camel or ustrasana. This is a very beautiful back bend, also not too deep, but it's very clear back bend. The reason why we can use the wall is it acts as a support in order for our bodies to gently start going down. So let us all start in that variation. Come against your wall. See if you have a wall nearby you. If not, we'll also have in a moment a variation with the blocks. So if you're against your wall, place your toes onto the wall and then allow your feet to be flat. That's the distance we want. And then you can tuck your toes. So you're a little bit further away from the wall itself. And as we said, the back bending is coming from the upper spine. That's what we've been doing, opening this part of our bodies, strengthening also the lower parts. So, in order to start, we want to grab onto our hips. The 4 fingers are behind to support the back. And we're going to gently, not bend back, but bring our shoulder blades together and open up the shoulders. That's step 1. At the beginning, it can be possible that you feel dizzy when you let your head back. So if you're a beginner, don't try that yet. Allow your chest to open, press your shoulder blades together, and then start just shifting your weight to the back. Perfect. And then we're gonna, one after the other, bring our hands to the back. If you feel only one hand is more than enough to practice today, then we're gonna just place one. See what is comfortable for you. And step by step, we'll be going down. We'll only take 1 or 2 steps down today to open up the thoracic spine. So take 1 step down, feel the opening, keep breathing, maybe 1 more step down. Wonderful. And then slowly take your steps back up. Bring your hands behind 4 fingers to support your spine. Stay in a neutral position for a moment. Deep breath in and out. And then allow yourself to sit down here with a hip wide distance between your knees. Keep on breathing, inhaling and taking the essence of love into every vertebrae. And exhaling, spreading that unconditional love to every other organ and muscle. Alright, for the second variation, we're going to then slowly come up, tuck our toes, and we're going to place a block on each side. This block can be right next to you on the inside or the outside of your ankle. I like inside. I think inside is also more helpful and well represents the pose when we're not using any support. So we're going to come back with our hands behind our back. We're going to open up our chest. We're going to press the shoulder blades, bring our weight down, and then we're going to just grab onto our blocks on each side, opening the chest further, keeping the chin to the chest if you feel dizzy. If not, let your head loose at the back. And if you need no support whatsoever, then you can keep your toes tucked or relaxed. Come back down in the same movement and allow your hands to reach your heels, opening up the chest, pressing slightly your hips together, your glutes together. Keep on breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, looking forward, gently grabbing onto your hips, onto your lower back. Exhaling, coming into a neutral position. You can bring your knees a bit closer if you want, and then gently release your body into child's pose. And then at your own pace and style, vertebrae for vertebrae, lift your body up and release yourself in your final pose, Shavasana, where we're going to twist the body gently by bending the legs with your heels underneath your knees, and then shifting both legs to the left side. And then bring your knees to the center and let them drop down to the right side. Keep your eyes closed. Keep breathing. And then inhale, come back to center. Bring your knees to your chest. Very lightly and gently interlock your fingers and move your body from side to side. And then, like we did in the beginning, now from another angle, come back into stillness and circulate your hips, giving also your lower back a nice massage. Maybe circulate also the other way, a few nice circles. Wonderful. And then bring your heels down. Press your foot sole on the ground and open up your knees. We're going to stay like this for our last Shavasana. We're going to release our arms to our sides. Bring both your hands, if you wish to, then from this position onto your heart center. Sending yourself unconditional love and energy, seeing how easy it is to love yourself, and in return also love others. Keep breathing and repeat in your inner voice, I am present in my heart, here and now. My energies are flowing. I am connected. I am love. And then gently bring your knees together. Allow your body to relax in the neutral Shavasana. Release your hands. Feel the warm heart energy in your hands. Keep breathing. And then when you're feeling ready, wiggle your toes and fingers. Activate these heart attributes throughout your entire body. Activating love, forgiveness, healing, connection. Then allow all these movements to enter your body, what feels natural to you. And after 1 or 2 more breaths, we're gonna raise our bodies back to the center. Keep on breathing, keep on loving. And that brings us to the end of our Yoga Chronicles today. We're gonna bring our hands in Namaste. Thank you for the beautiful session. Namaste.